Mr. Beaker, it is my unfortunate task to inform you that your services will no longer be required by this company. Well, if you must know, it's because we've noticed large quantities of benzene, ephedrine, and everyday Epsom salt have gone missing. Oh, please, we both know those are the ingredients used to make crystal meth. And I've got a pretty good idea who you've been selling it to as well.
Oh, hey, Baker, when you're done talking to your friend, I want to talk to you about that thing.
You're an idiot, Joey! You think they just built the ISS to, float around? Really, Joey? No, dumb! It's an atmospheric blanket array aerosolization device, Joey.
That's crazy!
Shut up! Just shut up! You are not a scientist, Joey! You're stupid! You fight people! Your head is fat, but there is nothing in it, Joey. You're like an overripe tomato. Too much TRT. It's revolting, Joey.
Oh.
Here, hold the space weed. This is the last space weed plant. Don't smoke that, Joey. Don't smoke the space weed, Joey. I gotta go deactivate the 5G towers, but I'll be back. Don't smoke that space weed.
Oh, fuck.
Oh no! You smoked the space weed, Joey!
Hello, darkness, my old friend.
Now I'm 22, each day I think it's cool. I never grew up, I'm Caillou. Caillou, Caillou, I'm Caillou. That's me.
Welcome to LC Muscles 28 territory.
Check it, yo, I hit the jeweler, got some goals. I sold a little weed, but I could never sell my soul. And when I'm in LA, you find me out in Lil Tote. Come up vocal with my ramen, I'ma need another bowl, let's go.
What is going on, everybody? This is LC Muscles 20 here, back with a brand new video. It is Hate Week number 6. It's that week, the week we get to remind ourselves that one team is always going to be inferior to us, and that is the Seattle Seacocks, baby. This is Seattle Seacocks week, and my God, I gotta tell you something right now. This may be one of the best intros I've done all year, and you know what? This is one of the best intros I've done in my TTC career, but that's not the reason why I'm making this video today. The reason is I gotta talk about my Pittsburgh Steelers playing the Seattle Seahawks on Sunday Night Football. Check your local listings. And boy, oh boy, I am extremely excited for this game. Not only am I, with my intro, just beaten out almost every Seacock vid maker this week, one whose channel got terminated recently, the other one who, let's be honest, he's a veteran, but he's been disappointing this year, one who's completely known as a bet welcher, and the other, someone that does not know football or has experienced as much football as I have in my lifetime. I've been watching football longer in my life than he's been alive. So with that being said, let's talk about these Seacock fans. Unfortunately, Nahawk, you had some good stuff, but unfortunately you were exposed to the bandwagoner and you're no longer part of the TTC. Your channel's been gone, but I had to make that jab at you this week. We also have Primo, who's been disappointed this year. I've seen your content. You got some good content. Unfortunately, it's nowhere near as good as it's been in the past. PCG, who's known as the Bet Welcher, who's also known as freaking Megamind, who smoked too much crack. That's what PCG is. And then you have Brandon Rogers. This kid who's from fucking Minnesota, has never seen a Seacocks play in person, and is trying to troll people the best way he can, but you know what? It's not even close to what the amount of trolling I've seen. And this is the best the Seacocks fans got this week. They haven't had a single hate week yet. Not that I've seen. Primo hasn't made one. And let's be honest here. You guys just have not brought the heat like I'm about to today in this fucking video. We still own you since Super Bowl 40. We've owned you guys. You may have beaten us in the previous matchups the past couple years. But you know what? Let's forget things in a second. Let's just forget the fact that you have Russell Wilson in both those games. And Russell Wilson is not playing this week for you guys. You got Geno Smith, a career backup who had one good year, but otherwise he's done nothing for you guys. And your defense, let's be honest, they ain't no Legion of Boom anymore. They're a Legion of Busts. Unfortunately, you got Adams, who's the only exception, but otherwise, you're part of the Legion of Busts now. And you guys think your Legion of Busts is going to be able to stop this Steeler offense? Think again, because Ben Roethlisberger just proved to you guys everyone wrong last week against the number 2 ranked defense in the NFL going into week 5. And this week, we're going to another bad defense, and we're going to expose you guys this week. We're going to expose you guys, and we're going to make sure we come out of Pittsburgh the winners this week. Now, getting into the game, there's a few things I'm just going to say about this game. Don't overlook the Seacocks. Even though the Seacocks got a team that's below average than they've been the past few years, don't overlook them. They're still a consistent offense that does have some good talent around them. I will give them credit. They do have Alex Collins, who's probably going to be the starting running back because Chris Carson's still a question mark. You got DK Metcalf and Tyler Lockett. You do have some underrated tight ends, but they still have some pieces that could make some noise. And we got to stop them best we can. We got Cameron Sutton probably going to be coming back this week. We still have a good amount of defensive players. Stephon Tuitt may be coming back. He's been practicing, which I'm actually really happy about. But the thing is, you got to play a consistent 4 quarters. We played 3 great quarters against Denver, and unfortunately, we did not play a good quarter in that 4th quarter. We did just enough to squeak by, but unfortunately, we did not do enough to get past the Broncos in a dominating way. We got past them in a very close way, but we should have dominated the whole game. We only allowed 6 points until that 4th quarter. We need to do better, pure and simple. We need to play a full 4 quarters. Ben Roethlisberger, you had a good game. You had a few passes that could have been better, but also, I will say this. We cannot have any drops this game. A lot of the guys were backups that dropped the ball, but we cannot have any drops. Pure and simple. We can't have any drops in this game. If we do, it's going to hurt us in the long run. Because we need to make sure that our offense is on all 4 quarters and all systems go. We cannot have an offense that's just going to be inconsistent throughout 4 quarters. We have offenses that completely just don't show up quarters that we've had this year, but we need to make sure our offense shows up all 4 quarters. This is a Seahawks team that gives up a lot of passing yards and a lot of rushing yards. Their rushing defense is not that good. Sony Michel and Darrell Henderson exposed that on Thursday night. Even though they got a little bit of advantage with the rest, but still, they're going to be playing with a chip on their shoulders. They don't have Russell Wilson anymore. They got Geno Smith. And on the defensive side, the only 2 players that realistically scare me on the Legion of Busts are Carlos Dunlap and Jamal Adams. Otherwise, I really am not scared about this defense. They have some pieces that could be interesting, but realistically, out of the guys that have been proven already, those are the only guys that have been realistically proven. So, there's not too much going on in this hate week. I'm going to make this short because you know what? The Seacocks really don't deserve too much of my attention. Last week was a much better hate week just because you had Savage Sev, Dave from Colorado, Corwin, and many others competing this week. This week, there's not much fucking competition going on, especially since Nahawk got terminated. There really is not much competition this week. You have a Bet Welcher who hasn't made a fucking video in goddamn how long. You have a guy that's unfortunately disappointing, and then you have a guy that's not experienced in regards to football. And Brandon Rodgers, let me ask you something. Without Google, did you know that the Seahawks were in the AFC before they moved to the NFC? Did you know that they were in the AFC West, the old school AFC West? I bet you can't name me the years that they were in the AFC West without Google. I bet you can. Because all the Seahawks fans know that they were actually a contender in the AFC back in the 80s. And I will give you points if you can actually tell me, without Google, when was the AFC championship that they made? Who they made it against? Who they played against? What year? And how they made it there. I don't know if you guys can tell me that. But still, with that being said, there's not too much more going on this week. I'm just going to say this pure and simply. Offense and defense, play a full consistent 4 quarters. You played fantastic against Denver. We need to continue that momentum. Give Najee the ball. Lean on the run more. Pass when it's necessary. Do not have you throw 50 times a game. You don't need that. Seattle is a team that if you get up on them early, they're not going to be able to come back, especially the fact that they don't have Russell Wilson to rely on anymore. Their offensive line is nowhere near as good as ours. Our offensive line, even though we're mostly rookies, is still much better than Seattle's. Especially when we proved that against the number 2 ranked defense going into week 5 last week. So, that being said, that's all I'm going to cover this week. Pure and simple, I think I've done enough damage to the Seacock fan base this week. You guys aren't that much right now, and you guys are really disappointing me so far. So, expect something better, because right now, I will do a part 2 if you guys actually decide to respond. If not, I'll be extremely disappointed, because I wanted to make this a 2-part week. Unfortunately, I couldn't make this a 2-part week last week with Denver Broncos because of work, but you know what? I'm getting in this hate week. This is my part 1. There may be a part 2 if I get some responses. Brandon Rogers, I'm expecting a response from you. Primo, I would love to see a response from you, man, because I'll challenge both of you to a bet right now. And this is a bet for both of you to take. If you don't want to take it, completely up to you, but this is for both of you. Number 1, the loser has to change their channel logo to the opposing team's insignia emblems. So right now, you guys lose, you have to change it to a Steeler. If I lose, I change it to a Seahawk. Part 2, it will be a soda bet. So, if you guys lose by, which is the point spread right now, 4.5. So that would be 4 points or less. You guys lose by 4 points or less, you have to pour 2 bottles of soda, one, or it's either be a yellow Gatorade, a mellow yellow, and a Coca-Cola over your head, just like Bill's Mafia did beforehand. If it's 5 or more, then you make that 4 bottles, 2 mellow yellow and 2 Coca-Cola, or 2 yellow Gatorade. That's my bet proposal. You guys want to take it? It's completely up to you. And then the same rules apply to me. And I'll do Seahawk colors, which is Mountain Dew and Mountain Dew Voltage. I will do both of those. So that's if the Steelers lose. But I don't think the Steelers are going to fucking lose to the Seacocks this week. Let's be honest. So with that being said, that's all I'm going to give for Seacock Week. Shout out to the Renegades of Pittsburgh, Steel City Disciples, and Steel, their fan base in the TTC. Lady Steel, Erica Steel, Minnie Zilla, Mac Main the Legend, Erica Steel, anyone else I missed, Steel Jackson, Steel Jedi, everyone in the Steeler fan base, even if you're not TTC anymore with Steel Maiden and Renegade, let's get this fucking W on Sunday and prove why we're still the superior team against the Seacocks. Remember, the last 2 times we played the Seacocks without Russell Wilson, we shut them out twice. So let's get another fucking shutout and stop these Seacock fans and end their bandwagon once and for all. This is LC Muscles 28 here, signing out. See you guys later. Stay awesome. And remember, you're not a legible Seahawk fan unless you know that they played in the AFC before moving to the NFC. Good day, everyone!